Which should you buy between the Redmi 12 and the Infinix Hot 30? Both devices are going for under 120,000 naira, and spec wise they are pretty much identical, up to the point whereby you say the Redmi copied Infinix assignment. But hey, we love this. Competition among brands helps us to get better devices. Let's kick things off with the design. The Redmi 12 and the Infinix Hot 30 have pretty much the same design. Only major difference is the fact that the Redmi 12 has an IR blaster and a third camera. More on that later. Still, both devices are made out of plastic at the rear and the sides, but the Redmi 12 has an upper hand, since it has an IP53 splash and dust resistant rating, which we don't have on the Infinix Hot 30. That said, we get stereo speakers on the Infinix Hot 30, which we don't have on the Redmi 12. So when it comes to design and build quality, I would say it's pretty much a tie. When it comes to display, it is the same story of similarities. The Redmi 12 has a slightly larger 6.79-inch IPS LCD display with a resolution of 1080 by 2460 pixels and support for 90Hz refresh rate, while the Infinix Hot 30 has a 6.78-inch IPS LCD display as well, with a 1080p resolution and support for 90Hz refresh rates. So, which is better? Well, they are pretty much identical. However, the Infinix is a tad bit brighter since it can go up to 600 nits as opposed to 550 nits on the Redmi 12. Software is another area of similarities. Both devices running on Android 13, MIUI 14 for the Redmi 12 and XOS 12.6 for the Infinix Hot 30. You get ads on both devices as well. When it comes to software updates, we can at least expect 1 or 2 years of software updates for the Redmi 12, while as for the Infinix Hot 30, there are no words from Infinix if we'll be getting software updates or not. Performance on both devices is identical since they both run on the MediaTek Helio G88 chipsets with 4 or 8GB of RAM and 128 or 256GB of storage for the Redmi 12, and 8GB of RAM with 128 or 256GB of storage for the Infinix Hot 30. Both devices can play games pretty well at identical settings. That said, I would advise you to go for the 8GB model of the Redmi 12 so that you can get the best performance. Powering both devices is a 5000 mAh battery. Both can last you through the day if you are not that much of a heavy user. That said, you can definitely kill both devices before the end of the day, and when you need to just stop, the Infinix Hot 30 is capable of 33 watts fast charging as opposed to 18 watts charging on the Redmi 12. It's in the cameras where we see the major difference between these devices. Although they both have identical camera layout, the Redmi 12 has a triple camera setup consisting of a 50MP main, 8MP ultra-wide and 2MP macro, while the Hot 30 has a 50MP main and a 0.8MP depth camera. In terms of photo quality, you can get more out of the Redmi 12 because it has a more versatile camera setup. However, the Infinix Hot 30 can shoot in a higher resolution, that is 1440p as opposed to 1080p on the Redmi 12. So, we are back with the question that started this video: which device should you get? Well, at this point, it really depends on which brand you prefer. Both devices are so much similar to the point whereby you will be fine with anyone you are going for. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below which you'll be going for, and thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.